Hi friends, welcome back to part 3 of my luggage tag series. If you're new here, I'm designing vintage-inspired tags for every flight my partner and I have taken over the past decade. Here's some snapshots of our time in Egypt. We really like to scuba dive, as you'll see, and the Red Sea is such a cool dive spot if that's what you're into. I had no idea about it until my partner told me. We got our advanced diver certs while we were there, which allowed us to do a wreck dive into the SS Thistlegorm, which was a British cargo steamship sunk by German bombers in 1940. There were old motorcycles, Bedford trucks, ammunition, and lots of other stuff. A bit of content for my history nerds. Anyway, let's get making. I thought I'd slow down the design process a bit this time. This is the only African country I've been to, but hopefully this is the first of many. Since it was a unique continent for me, I thought I'd make the shape stand out. I had the Egyptian flag on the side as a reference, and I really wanted to lean into the color scheme. If I were designing a real tag, I think the contrast would be way too low here with the red and gold. I'm actually checking it here on the contrast checker provided by the Web Accessibility in Mind. It's a great resource for making sure people can read your stuff. As you can see, I failed. But since this isn't functional, I'm running with it. The speed run is slower this time too. I ditched my trimmer and went back to my trusty Olfa that I got back in architecture school. I used a piece of scrap to test how my corner punch would work on those tight angles, and it did not work. I try to remember that things don't always work out perfectly on the first try, and there's always room for a little failure. Here I'm hand perforating, and then for these tight corners I'm using the edge of a micron pen to mark the cut guides. For the bigger angles I'm using a 500 rupiah coin from Indonesia. I only chose it because it was the radius I was looking for. I'm using my Olfa freehand, and with the coin, I wouldn't recommend it, but if you're doing this at home, please be careful. Next, the hole punch and reinforcer, and for my final flourish, I handwrote the name and weight this time because I ran out of fonts that look like handwriting, and I can do that myself. Wow. And here's the final result. Let me know what you like and dislike about this one. See you in part 4.